Crapo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Magnus, Senator Wyden's question on the supply chain and ports was actually my first question, too, so I appreciate his raising it and your answer to it. I'm going to move on to some immigration enforcement issues. One of President Biden's first actions upon taking office was to inexplicably announce a 100-day moratorium on deportations, including on individuals subject to a final order of removal. A federal court quickly issued a preliminary injunction finding that this was acting inconsistently with our immigration law. Although the Biden administration subsequently agreed to let the moratorium lapse, the precedent is deeply troubling. If the president doesn't like the law, he needs to work with Congress. And my question to you is, will you commit to enforce our immigration law at the border, including using all of the resources available to CBP?
Ranking Member Crapo, thank you for that question. And I agree, we have some significant challenges at the border. The numbers are very high, and it is something that has to be addressed. Clearly, we have a broken system. So, yes, Senator, I will commit to enforcing the law.
Thank you very much. And again, at the border, the CBP does not routinely test migrants for COVID prior to their release into the United States. Officials in the city of McAllen, Texas have said that more than 7,000 out of the nearly 88,000 migrants released by CBP into the city since February have tested positive for COVID-19. Do you think we should test migrants for COVID-19 before releasing them into the cities?
Senator, yes, I absolutely do. And in fact, I appreciate where you're coming from with this question, because as a chief in Tucson, we've also experienced similar challenges, and it puts a great deal of pressure on not only our NGOs, but on the really dedicated men and women of the Border Patrol and, for that matter, ICE, who have to interact with these folks. So it's a humanitarian matter, but it's also a public health matter, and I would totally commit to that.
Thank you. Next, just 2 weeks ago, CBP deployed what's called simplified arrival at the pedestrian border crossings in Sweetgrass and Eastport, Idaho. Simplified arrival allows biometric facial technology to replace document checks that are normally used for admission into the United States. It's good that we're seeing more of this technology for arrivals of our visitors, but what about when our visitors exit? A major source of illegal immigration is visa overstays. Should we deploy biometric tools for when visitors exit the United States? And if so, do you see this as a priority issue?
Senator, thank you for that question. The issue of biometrics really holds a great deal of potential throughout law enforcement. It is something that has to be put into place with caution, understandably, because there are always concerns about how this data is stored, for how long, the manner in which it is used. But if confirmed, this is something that I want to pursue further, look into more carefully, and I'd like to work with you on and others who are interested in this issue.
Well, thank you very much. And as I indicated, Senator Wyden covered my supply chain issues, so I will stop there, and we will go to the next senator, which is